Hi everybody, Russ on the West Ham Network. Hope you're all safe and well. I have the sniffles, but I'm still here. Just saying, hashtag just saying. Hope you're safe wherever you are. Give it a like, give it a comment, give it a share. Give it a bloody good subscribe. Should have won yesterday, shouldn't we? Shoulda, woulda, coulda, but 7 points in 3 games. Not too bad. 9 out of 9 would have been a lot better. But I present to you today the Hammers headlines in association with the KUMB.com boys. Check them out with the forums and the website and the YouTube channel and all that stuff. All that stuff. 3 stories today. First one is about our trip to Liverpool on Wednesday. Apparently, according to the Premier Injuries website, that West Ham could be set for a double boost ahead of our trip to Anfield on Wednesday. The website suggested that Craig Dawson and Kurt Zuma are both set to return to action at Anfield after missing the trip to Southampton yesterday. We know that Dawson was forced off in the Conference League game on Thursday with a dead leg. We know that Zuma had the sniffles following a similar illness that Michail Antonio had as well. The website suggests that Moyes could have both 2 of his more experienced heads back in the squad. We need it. We need it. We should have left Southampton with 3 points, in all honesty, but clearly there was defensive issues that need sorting with a couple of boys set to return. Obviously, we played 2 fullbacks, really, Ben Johnson and Aaron Cresswell, in terms of in the sort of back 3. Was it back 4, back 3? I don't know. It seemed to change all the time. And with Liverpool sort of winning against Man City on yesterday as well, I think we probably need to get as many defensive options back as possible. We've been quite unlucky with injuries, it seems, and these type of issues and illnesses. But maybe things are starting to turn for the better now. With Cornet apparently on the mend, he could well feature on Wednesday apparently, and they have again he's back on the grass as well. So maybe things are starting to turn a little bit for the Hammers in terms of the injury front. Maybe we could have a fully fit squad by the time the World Cup comes around, which is great because then we stop playing for 4 weeks, something like that. But we are, obviously, the World Cup comes back in the January transfer window, starts almost immediately, or a week or so after we return. And it looks like West Ham are already putting plans together. Well, it's sort of the next 2 stories are sort of a yin and yang story, let's be honest. We'll start with a positive story first, and then talk about not so positive story, potentially. But apparently, according to several sources, West Ham has made, David Moyes has made Juventus star Manuel Locatelli an ambitious target, and he wants to welcome more big signings to the London Stadium. Locatelli made a 2-year loan move to Juventus, and there's an obligation to make that switch from Sassuolo permanent at the end of the campaign. But it seems his days at the Allianz Stadium could be already numbered, according to several sources, including news outlet Il Banconolo, with West Ham suggesting West Ham are interested in luring a defensive midfielder to the Premier League. The report also suggests Spurs are also admirers of Locatelli, while Arsenal are willing to meet the 24-year-old's £35 million price tag. Although the 24-year-old has featured for Juventus regularly during the early stages of the domestic campaign, he hasn't been included in a single Champions League lineup so far. Locatelli was unable to stop his current employers falling to a 2-0 defeat to Maccabi Haifa earlier last week. While he emerged as a half-time substitute. Obviously, with Scuppered, he came from Sassuolo as well, and the striker knows Locatelli very well. They've played together international level over 18 times, so there's a chance maybe Gianluca could discuss a switch to West Ham with his fellow countrymen in the coming months. Also, Emerson Palmieri, who obviously joined us from Chelsea, could also hold conversations. They've played 14 times together for Italy. And also we've got Agent Obiang as well, who obviously was who had a really good impact on Gianluca's decision to sign for West Ham and not PSG or AC Milan. So who knows? So maybe, like it was always Agent Soucek, now we've got Agent Scamacca. So we'll see what happens. But a slight fly in the ointment could be maybe we haven't got no money to spend in January. Obviously, we spent £180 million in the summer transfer window, but the energy crisis that we're all suffering at the moment could have a detrimental effect to West Ham's spending in the January transfer window. Danny Kudrinski, who we know He's obviously a large shareholder at West Ham. He's facing debt, so he's of over 2.3 billion with his British power assets, according to an article in the Times, as well as his stake in the Hammers. We know that his money in other ventures, one of which is a string of British-based power plants, and obviously the rapid rising cost of energy prices and electricity is hurting Danny's pockets quite badly, by all accounts. As a result, the company had to borrow large sums of money from its Czech sister company and need to repay them within 12 months, with £226 million worth of pre-tax losses from them too. And apparently the British power plant empire believes they will pay everything they owe in time, with Kaczynski likely to be a key factor in helping them pay off that debt. So if it was the Czech billionaires' cash that they were relying on to keep the Hammers moving in January into the footballing landscape, that might have come to a hastily put together new plan coming up based on this latest sort of piece of information from the Times. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Luckily, obviously, we spent 180 million quid already. But I think we still need about 2 players at least, a left back and a left back and a defensive midfielder to replace Tommy Suchek. Maybe Locatelli could be the person for us. That's just my humble opinion. But we'll see what happens. They quite a shit sandwich, don't they? But I done it the other way around, didn't I? I should have finished with Locatelli rather than started. But anyway. And that's it, my friends. I hope you're safe and well. As I said, at lunchtime today we did the ratings for the Southampton game. So go back and check that out. Make sure if you probably will disagree, because everyone always does disagree with me. Also, Holly's show was on Saturday. Tweet all about it. Episode 9, I think it is. So make sure you check that out. We've got all the stuff leading up to the Liverpool game where you can pick your 11s. We'll have previews, all that type of stuff. Then we'll have a quiet weekend, really, because we're not playing till the Monday. Lovely. 2 game home game next week, isn't it? We've got Monday and Thursday next week. So, yeah. Anyway, take care. Stay safe. Stay warm. Stay dry. It's very moist in Hornchurch today. And I'll see you guys very, very soon. Take care, my friends. Bye.